Missing someone with all your.
Hey guys, Demi here, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be sharing with you my stories, memories from the time I went to LA. A lot happened when we was in LA, so I thought I'd just share them with you. Let me just quick recap. Jonas Brothers 3 times. Nearly got in a car crash because of Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. I went inside Simon Cowell's house. Surfboard nearly killed us. My mum nearly got run over by Tom Cruise. So let's jump right in. Okay. We went LA for 3 weeks. I was 9, and believe it or not, I actually remember more of Florida when I was 2 than I do when I went to LA and I was 9. I seen the Jonas Brothers 3 times while we was in LA. I seen them up at the farmer's market. I seen them at the front of their house when they lived next to Demi Lovato. Didn't see Demi Lovato, which my Camp Rock fangirl flicks that over. So basically, we were spending the day going around getting pictures near celebrities' houses. And this day was like all the people I wanted to see. So I want to see like the Jonas Brothers house, Demi Lovato's house, Selena's house, Justin's house, Miley's house. However, I couldn't see Justin Bieber's because he had just moved to the gated community, which I was sad about. But there was this estate, and it was like everyone who works for Disney lived on there. So Demi Lovato lived next door to Jonas Brothers. I seen the Jonas Brothers getting into their Jeeps or whatever they were. Yeah, it was a Jeep. They was all getting into a Jeep. And then we ended up going around to Miley's house, and I was like always nervous to get pictures outside the houses because the cameras like stared at me. I was like, are they staring at me? But anyway, we started driving and we was a bit lost. We was just driving from Hollywood, and I seen this couple to the side and just ignored them. I didn't think anything of it. And next minute, my dad nearly causes a crash, brakes, swerves, and goes, "It's Miley Cyrus." I went, "What?" He's like, "It's Miley Cyrus." I was like, "Where?" I was like, walking with Liam. And oh my god, we seen Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. I was so happy. We tried to, like, because we was on this road and this coffee shop facing, we tried to turn. We turned and they crossed over to the coffee shop to get coffee or whatever. However, we turned. By the time we turned around, they went behind the coffee shop, got in a car and drove off. I was devastated, but I see Miley Cyrus. And then, this isn't in LA, but then in 2017 I got to see Miley again at One Love. So I had never seen her perform like I had never been to like a Hannah Montana concert or whatever. So I was screaming then, and then seeing her at One Love Manchester, I was screaming again, and I shouted her, and she looked up and waved at me. And it was only me and my friend there, so it was definitely to us, and I was like, oh my god! A great moment. Sorry if you can hear the rain. I really need to get a mic for my camera. Story number 2. We was on Rodeo Drive, having a day of shopping, etc. And we seen like the pretty woman building, I think it's called. And like, I didn't really watch YouTube and that then, but if I went now, oh my god, I'd be like camping outside the Gucci shop or whatever to meet Jeffree Star or I'd actually do that. Well, we was waiting outside the Chanel shop because my mum went in to get my nan a present to bring back because she likes Chanel No. 5. Don't know why I remember that. She went in that and we're stood there just watching all the nice cars and looking at the Bugatti that was down the street, which you can find in GTA. That is actually on Rodeo Drive. There's an actual Bugatti parked there. So we was getting pictures near that and then waited outside the Chanel shop for my mum to come out. When my mum came out, we was looking at the traffic and stopped at the lights was Tom Cruise. As my mum came out, my dad went, there's Tom Cruise at the lights in his Range Rover. And my mum went, Tom! And ran. It was something to witness. My mum fangirling over him. Back then I didn't have a clue who it was. I was like, here's Tom Cruise. Or I knew of him, I just never really took any notice. Story number 3. We're driving on the freeway. I will use the American terms, so I won't call it motorway, I will call it the freeway. We're driving on the freeway on the way into Los Angeles. And so we're driving, and in front, there's this car in front, and it has a surfboard on top. So that dude driving, and bear in mind we have a convertible, roof down, music. No, we don't have any music on. I'm sat on the back of the convertible with my brother Andrew. We left Dylan at home because he was travel sick and he was only 1, so we left him with my nan, and we won't be able to do anything. But anyway, sat on the back of this convertible, hair being messed up. Next minute, the surfboard starts to wobble and it comes loose. It's coming straight at us, straight at the car, straight for our heads. And at the very last second, it's coming straight at us and then goes over the car. It was very scary, but now it makes me like, if that would have hit the car, it would have went straight through the glass and would have went straight into my mum or dad, or would have went straight through the back into me or Andrew. So it's weird how close to death you can be sometimes, and it's weird how many times I've been close to death. Back on stuff, you're like, wow, I nearly died. story number 4. Well, next story anyway. This was the day of my mum and dad taking us around their celebrity houses they wanted to see. And we're driving, I think it was Hollywood. I think it's around Hollywood. I'm not too sure. But anyway, the witch's house is there, out of Clueless. The American Horror Story house is there, which I obviously back then didn't know, but now I'm like, I've been to the American Horror Story house and I didn't even know. See Simon Cowell's new house getting built. And so all these tour buses keep coming past, taking pictures, etc. And my mum stood there getting a picture outside the gates. And they was just finishing the back, like the pool and that they were still building. He was staying down the road with his girlfriend. On the same road, I think, just at the very end. The gates opened and the security man came out and started talking to us. He was like, yeah, Simon's staying down the road. And then he started saying where we from and that. And he said, he guessed our accents. He was like, you're a Scouse, you're from Liverpool. I have family from Liverpool. And he's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, come in. It's like, what? He invited us in Simon's house. He was like, he's not here, he's down the road, staying with his girlfriend. So we went in, got a picture outside the door, which was like bigger than like 3 people stood on top of each other. It was the biggest door I've ever seen. I think I've got a picture somewhere. And then we were just sat in his kitchen. We just sat in Simon Cowell's kitchen. Like, I have a picture of that too. I'm just sat in Simon Cowell's kitchen. It was so strange. Like, I only knew him. I didn't, like, it was strange because like I was only 9, so I don't think he was like that, I don't know, but he was literally named as the richest man in the world that year. So I was in the richest man's in the world, Simon Cowell's house, sat in his kitchen getting pictures. I also we seen the Kardashians. We seen Khloe Kardashian, and I think it was Kim as well. What am I seeing all of them? Like the sisters. Kim, Khloe, Kylie. I mean, not Kylie. I forgot the names. Kim, Khloe, Kendall. We seen them with kids. Get it, because we went up to the farmer's market. There was like a little red carpet and he was going into this fancy shop. Seen that. And then we met Mario. I forgot what his surname is. Mario and someone else. I forget what the names are. I was only 9. But basically, we ended up on a TV show. In the background of the TV show. Andrew's on my dad's shoulders and he's like behind Mario's head. And I might as well tell you some stories from New York. There's only really one story from New York. Well, 2. The day I got there, we went up to the Rockefeller. And I don't know if you know, but it was my dream to see that before I went blind. So that was all I wanted. So the day we got there, it was just me and my dad who went. We went up to Rockefeller. It was raining the first day we got there, but the rest of the days it was boiling and all I had was hoodies. Went up to Rockefeller and we were treated like celebrities. It was crazy. They was like, move out the way, VIPs, and we were like, it was because we was at the Manchester Arena attack that they was treating us so special, and literally everyone that we came across in New York was so nice, and a few people knew who he was, which was really weird that the news had travelled that far. It was just crazy. Like, I've had a few people recognize me off the news, like even in the game shop. People recognize my dad and me from the news. I'm like, it's so weird. Obviously it wasn't for a good cause, but it's still weird for people to recognize you, and especially all the way in New York. Some people actually knew who we were. It was so weird. So weird. On the last day of... oh, I nearly collapsed up the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, so we went up the Statue of Liberty, not just like the normal. We went up to the crown, right up to the top. The stairs was a spiral staircase, very claustrophobic, very skinny, and it was like not protected by a wall or anything. It was just a drop. It was just the outline Statue of Liberty and a drop. My heart went. I thought I was going to collapse and like fall over the banister. And then when we got to the crown, it was so claustrophobic. Oh my god, I nearly died. I will show you how small the people was from the top in the crown. And then getting back down, I hated that. I'm scared of heights, so it's... But if I were to go on a roller coaster and it was like really high, it wouldn't bother me. Well, it would, but it's more if I'm stood at the edge of somewhere and it's just a drop, I will like nearly collapse. The day before we went home, we woke up and it was deserted, literally empty. And then we heard this music, and it was Drake, and it was so loud it echoed around the buildings. It was like, where the hell is this coming from? You normally just hear taxis and cars beeping at each other, but no, it was music so loud it was like a festival. And indeed it was a festival. The road next to us, they had shut all the roads, so I was still when we went to check it out, I was still in the middle of the road, and it was empty. It was just the buildings, and you could see Central Park, and it was amazing. I was just stood in the middle. I have pictures of that too. It was crazy. It was a Brazilian festival. No one was there yet. It was completely empty. There was 2 police cars and a stage, and the roads were just shut. And then there was a big festival, and this Chinese woman came up to me and gave me this card. She gave me this. Yeah, she gave me that and 2 bracelets that was like beads. Kissed my hand and walked off. I've lost my bracelet, but my friend still has hers, and it was so weird. On the last day, we spent the day going Macy's because I wanted to buy some stuff, and I literally came out with 1 top. However, on the last day, we spent the day going to Macy's. We spent the day just walking around, taking in the last of the environment. I absolutely love New York. I cried on the way and cried on the way back, and Every time I see pictures of it or think about it, have a dream about it, I cry. There was a Why Don't We signing in the shop down the road. Well, in the Tonight Show's building. Well, we didn't end up going. We seen it the day before and the shop was like, why don't we? We'll be here doing that album signing. And I really like Why Don't We. However, the next morning we were walking and we just stood there in Times Square. And on the Good Morning America big screen in Times Square, Anne-Marie came on, and what's his name? The person who plays you and who's in Gossip Girl, them two were on the telly. And I was like, so strange. I was like, wow, Gossip Girl is right there through that window. Why I'm in New York, that is iconic. And then Anne-Marie, I'm such a big fan of Anne-Marie. I actually seen her that day a year ago at Fusion Festival. Love Anne-Marie. And so I sat there and watched the performance on the big screen. I mean, I could have watched through the window, but I'd rather the big screen. We was walking back to the hotel, because going, and we was like, what are you just waiting for? And she went, Anne-Marie. We was like, Anne-Marie? It's like, yeah, she's gonna be getting in the car in a minute, she's gonna come out to meet us. I was like, I waited. And I met Anne-Marie. I look a mess on that, ignore. But I met Anne-Marie. I'd do anything. I was shaken. I was so made up. It was crazy. She was so nice. And she was talking for ages and kept coming back to give me hugs, and it was just crazy. And then I seen her last year. I went to her tour, and hopefully I get to go see it again. I'm so made up. It's crazy. It was a good birthday. Although my birthday's in the June, and I went to New York at the end of August to September. It's still a good birthday. It was the best. And I can't believe I'm 18 this year. I do have more stories from Florida, but I'll save them for another time. Because I don't know if you have enjoyed this video or what. With you, my camera's about to die. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos. Bye.